Hello, I'm Diana Thomas Gonzalez, Applied Project. I'm doing, I'm studying systems engineering and minoring in chemical engineering. And today I have
Hello, my name is Arturo Warena, and I am the test subject,
one of them.
one of them, one of the guinea pigs.
Yes. Can you tell us about your prior sleep habits?
Um, yeah, I would usually go to bed around one or two, sometimes later. Usually wake up around 5:40 to 6 area. Um, and yeah,
Was this regular throughout your life or was this more recently?
more recent, but by recent definition, more is like 9 months.
If you remember before then, do you think there's been any decline since sleeping less?
Yeah.
In what ways? If you're comfortable.
Um, just critical thinking. I haven't been able to, I haven't been on the ball as much. Let's see. Foggy head, bad memory. Um, um, other negatives I've noticed are it's hard for me to just fall asleep also, or harder to, yeah,
So, possible insomnia.
possible insomnia.
Have you ever used any medications to help with sleeping and do you still use them?
I have used them in the past. I don't use them now because of the side effects, but and they make me a really deep sleeper. Like sometimes, one time I slept 15 hours. Yeah. So,
In class, we learned about a type of, I'm not sure, I don't remember if it's a disease or something, but something similar to what Sleeping Beauty had
mhm.
is common in guys and it helps. It can, it can mean sleeping up to 20 hours in a day, possibly a few days. I know you don't have that, but that's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
I did do my readings.
Well, 15 is just the longest.
Mm, if you're comfortable, can you share your family and living environment if you think this impacts your current sleep?
Yeah. Current living space is a bit questionable. So there's not really much heating. So that could probably be affecting it, as well as mattress being on the ground. That's probably not helping either. And then the fact I got a fight with my brother over a twin size mattress. um,
Do the girls keep you up? Or are they
Sometimes, but most of the time I've gotten used to it. I can sleep through it.
so now getting on to things I've learned from one pagers and like more your opinion instead of just like facts. How would you identify yourself? Not even like in if you want you can do gender and all that, but just like career wise or like who you are in general.
Um, I would say I'm a pretty hands-on person. I don't, um, I guess I would describe also my line of work. I could need to be moving around or doing something. Um, I guess I mean, it's not for too long, but um,
You have like longer work days or that and or more manual work then?
yeah, usually 10-hour days. And well, the most manual work I do is grabbing material, changing tools, and that's it. There's not really too much heavy lifting.
You think your career or current job has changed their sleep habits?
Um, No, because I've already had some of these habits before I started working there. So is it helping? No, probably not. But it's not the sole cause.
Um, Overall, in the US, do you think there's an issue with just like sleep and the perspective on it?
Yes. I feel like sleep is both. I feel like in modern society, it's you either get too much of it or too less. So everyone is because you can still be tired, can't you, if you sleep too much? So I feel like no one really knows how to sleep right or how to rest themselves because you end up either sleeping too much and then still feeling tired, and I think that's the issue, or not sleep at all because you're working, or just because I don't
Hmm. What would you describe good sleep as?
know. When you wake up and after the little phase of actually trying to wake up, you feel, I guess, energetic. I don't know. I haven't felt like that in a while, so I guess that's what you would feel if you had a good night's sleep. I don't know, to be honest.
Very real, very real. Um, do you know of any non-US culture like sleep habits or anything?
I don't know if it's necessarily a culture still, but I remember learning how our sleep schedule was kind of like on and off split into two periods, and that's probably more of a natural sleep schedule considering we that was just how we woke up and slept. We didn't have any jobs to go to or anything.
You want
Uh,
random facts?
yeah.
So in Japan, um, it's almost a good sign if you sometimes nap at work because it means you're like a hard worker and you just really been going at it. And so some people nap at work,
Imagine
and
they told us that.
I would just be a really hard worker. And in what is it called? And then in Sweden and other countries around there, they think that sleeping outside gives like especially like babies and little kids more airflow and is like healthier. So if you were to go out like near a cafe or something, you'd see a whole bunch of parked strollers just with babies in it taking a nap as like the parents like run little what are they called? Chores or get coffee errands.
Yeah,
And even when it's snowing, they could just put a blanket out and they'll leave them out front of the house to nap.
damn, that's interesting.
But works for them.
Yeah.
And in Australia, I have more of like a I would say like an old way of sleeping where everyone is like sleeping together, like the whole family.
Yeah.
And then like the stronger older people sleep on the outside to be like
Oh,
protected.
okay. That's kind of how we sleep, but just on different beds.
By choice.
No.
And then in some places, public napping is like kind of normal. Do you
I can see that.
do you think you'd prefer any of those things, or do you think it's even possible in the US?
Public naps, yeah, but as some of the other things, they can work, but it'd be difficult because then we'd also have to restructure our culture around work because we have a really, really different idea of what work is and how it should be treated compared to everyone else. So,
Yeah. I know in another reading outside of the one that was saying like in Japan, people like nap at work, they also on average have less sleep than like everybody else.
yeah.
So, do you believe that one's cultural and societal identities like race, gender, age, class, all that play a part in their sleeping habits?
Culture for sure. race, I feel like that can follow along with culture. And but wait, what was the other one?
Like your sex or sexuality.
Um, maybe, but I wouldn't imagine by as much. Maybe the main differences are in how quickly it takes one person to reach REM or how long they last in REM.
You think class or familial role plays a difference?
But that's what?
Class or
Oh,
familial role, like if you're the parent versus sibling.
yeah, it for sure does. Because the kids we always get to sleep around like 8 or 9, or at least we try to get them to sleep around then. Um, and then I feel like if you're more in charge of the household, kind of to make sure everything's done or what everything that needs to be done before you go to bed. So
And then one of the things that I got ahead on, I liked the question, and I'm stealing it.
okay.
So, if you just no longer needed to sleep to like survive and feel fine, what would you do? And like, would it be beneficial to you, or do you think you kind of need that time?
Knowing me, I need that time. I need a time of nothingness because I'm still gonna do nothingness and then just waste it anyways. Um, but if I didn't need sleep to survive, I'm pretty sure I could actually use it right. I'd probably like, mm, I don't know, what would I be doing anytime instead of sleeping?
I mean, when I was like writing it out,
Yeah.
I was just saying like if really everyone didn't need it, there'd be more time. I mean, then you'd actually have 24 hours. So, well, 23 and some minutes. I don't know. But you could visit with more family, have more family time, and I feel like it'd be helpful just having an actual social media. Or it'd also help with industry because most places are going to close after night because nobody really is going to be out there. But then you could, I guess, help the economy. You could keep things running even longer,
I wonder
spend time with more people.
wonder how that affects you psychologically though, because I know even though in this scenario you don't need sleep to survive, I feel like sleep still gives everyone a break from everything going on. And if you're just constantly getting, it's like like a dopamine feed on this. You're just constantly getting that.
Probably
Everyone,
not fun.
everyone might turn into Dostoevsky. Everyone's gonna Crime and Punishment is gonna be a normal book to read.
Let's. Now we're getting to the meat
And potatoes.
and potato. I love potatoes.
I know you do. Just raw potatoes.
Let's see. Um, of the things that I recommended, were any of the recommendations like new information to you?
Um, Probably not new, but definitely I actually listened to it this time instead of just them pushing it off. So, one thing, the biggest change was actually going to bed at 10, even though it wasn't like a big difference, and I didn't do it as consistently as I probably should have. Um, it still made a noticeable difference. I can tolerate people more.
I guess that plays off of the next question. Or you kind of answered it.
Yeah,
uh,
sleep.
of the recommended habits, which other than the like sleeping at 10 did you practice, if any?
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
Of the recommendations outside of the sleeping earlier, did you do any others and how consistently?
Um, I tried the getting a more consistent eating schedule. Um, I didn't really notice a difference in that one. And what were some of the other ones? No, the sleeping at 10 is like the only one that actually seemed to help. Like the distance, I know one of them was like separate from time I go to bed. That didn't really make a difference, nor did I do much. So that's probably why.
Of the recommendations, do you think they were realistic? And do you plan on adopting any of the habits?
Yeah, I think they're realistic. And I continue trying to keep the 10 p.m. one for bedtime. Bedtime. And the eating one. Because there's times I'm starving and I can't eat.
Yeah, that might make a difference. When do you usually find yourself drinking caffeine? And is there a trend to when you increase caffeine intake?
Yes. The most, well, the morning is sometimes. Um, Anytime I have caffeine in the morning, it'd be coffee, just one cup. I start drinking energy drinks around noon, and I'll have a couple, and then probably a couple towards the end of work. Um, when I don't have caffeine, I'm pretty sluggish all day, so it's easier for me to get to bed when I go home. But I also am not as productive at work,
Mhm.
so
And then it
it,
comes a cycle.
yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. Does waking up really early, like with the sun, pretty much seem to make a difference? Like, is it helpful to keep track of the day almost, or does it really not make a difference?
Um, it does because when you wake up, pretty much at sunrise, you're like the first thing you see when you walk out. So you're subconsciously watching it all day. Um, but I've been waking up early for a while, so I haven't really found too much of a difference. It's always been somewhat easy.
Then the other question I basically asked at the beginning, um, but do the kids do they have a bedtime routine?
Yes. Sometimes the baby doesn't follow because she'll have like a nap in the middle of the day, which would mess up. So, but normally their bedtime is like 7:30 to 8.
And playing off of that, do you think that adults need less sleep than kids?
No, if not the same more. It's kind of weird because it's kind of hard to prioritize if the kid or the adult needs more sleep. The kid, obviously, because they're growing and stuff, and you need that. But the adult as well, because they're dealing with work and other stresses, a different type of brain activity.
So around the same amount of sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because most people kind of assume like when they're little, they'll hear their parent, you go to sleep. I'm going to stay awake. Adults need less sleep.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to see if you thought that. But that is it.
Yeah.
Bye.